Hey everyone, Margarita here. I want to talk in this video about the amount of loss that these decades of ongoing crimes and criminal harassment and slander and defamation of character and interstate stalking and the gathering of the information on me over the course of all these decades, all the people involved, all the law enforcement agencies, all the other large agencies, all these people involved. I just want to talk about the amount of loss this has all caused me. Now, just off me being forced from home to home to home to home, disrupting my flow and everything I've been building as a self-employed, self-made, self-built individual, that alone, just the forcing of the homes and disrupting of the flow has costed, at least $500,000. And on top of that, the 2013 escapade alone cost me well over $100,000 between lost wages, between lost time and energy. That was over $100,000 just to begin to pick up the pieces eventually. And then going forward from there, the injury that came out of that escapade, what all came out of that, me being forced to work with my ex, me being forced to have another child, me getting permanently injured, having that child, and my mother's involvement in preventing medical treatment and extreme medical emergency, all of that tied together from that 2013 escapade, that alone cost me another $500,000. More than that, because my lost wages and what's owed from workers' comp that I did not receive is over $1 million as well. So more than that. Start adding this up. This makes no sense. I would have been a millionaire, a multi-millionaire years ago. I would have been 100% retired, other than my real estate investments, without barely having to lift a finger here or there. Years ago. My main form of self-employment that continued on the majority of all this time for about 17 years total, that would have been completed at least 5 years ago. Wouldn't have had to move on any further at least 5 years ago. When you add all of this up, the chasing of the homes, the harassment, the disruptions of my life, the wiping out of businesses, the wiping out of my finances, and forcing me from homes, forcing me to run for my life, pay for out-of-pocket treatment at a private facility because there's no treatment within the medical system, and all these repeated significant severe injuries being left untreated all along the way. Add all that shit up, it's at least $3 million from the time I was 18 to the current day where I'm 41 now. Legitimately. I could legitimately add it up, show you on paper, add it all up. That's legitimately what I've lost. At least, if not more, because without the disruptions, everything would have continued building forward. Everything would have just kept building and building and building like normal people do. Everything would have just built and built and built with no disruptions, which then would have generated more income overall, generated more money, allowed further investments to be made, and built things even further. So it's really more than that, because of the flow wouldn't have been disrupted and everything would have still kept building all along the way. So that is another huge factor. It's legitimately $3 million plus dollars. And who's going to be responsible for reimbursing me for any of this? All these crimes, all of these people involved, all these agencies, all these false arrests, all these disruptions in my life, all these re-injuries. I should have never been in the building that caused the injury in the first place, let alone any of the re-injuries and all of these false arrests along the way, because she wants to make other people believe my house isn't really my house. It's other people pay my bills. It's my ex's house. It's my dad pays my bills, whatever she's been telling people, because I don't really know. I'm assuming that's what she tells people. But you can tell by the way the police act toward me that entire time. My daughter was getting 911 called based on my mother's delusions, and my dad was causing some chaos, and the police were showing up. You can tell by the way they talk to me and how they act, and the result of everything, that they believe that to not be my home, or they believe other people pay for it. So it doesn't add up. Again, I don't fully know 100% of the delusions and the false narrative. I just know that everything that's been coming out of my mother's mouth for decades are all delusions. I know that she does not speak facts about me. She never has, even from the time I was a child. All these things she was saying I was doing as a child, all these behaviors she said I had and how I acted, that was never real in the first place, and she grew it from that point to this point today. It had never stopped. When I cut ties at 18 and cut her whole family off, it had never stopped. It just kept going. And because I had no contact, it was allowed to keep going. I was completely unaware any of this was going on. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about the numbers when it comes to the amount of loss I've had over all of this. No one's going to be compensating me. Who's going to compensate me for all this bullshit? On top of the fact that there's still a plot twist I haven't talked about, there is so much missing money, it's not even funny. And now that I'm permanently injured, permanently disabled, don't have the ability to rebuild or restart in the manner in which I had built things initially, I'm already halfway through my lifespan. So, and really, I could die at any moment due to the condition that I suffer from. So, you know, that's just what I wanted to talk about was the amount of loss, the amount of, in numbers that actually adds up to. But yes, that's the ballpark of the numbers, 3 million plus. Going forward, I'm not really sure, like, how things are going to go going forward. But those are definitely the numbers, and these actions are criminal. The actions of my mother, the actions of the large agencies and other individuals and family members helping her, those are all criminal actions. I do have proof of all of this. I have enough to at least arrest 10 to 12 people right now in the current, without all of the documentation I'm in the process of ordering. There's more. I have more. I am working on it. It's just, I do believe there's a little hiccup along the way, possibly some more crimes being committed, or the cover up of some other crimes. I don't know. I won't know until I have it all in my hands, but, I'll be able to put together more at that point. But I do know I 100% have enough proof within all of the documentation, videos, pictures, texts, recordings, whatever, all along the way, to prove everything I'm saying in the loss of money and the amount of individuals and direct agencies and individuals involved by name. Many of these people by name, the majority of them, I can prove all of that. So, yeah, I'm not seeing any compensation any which direction or another, nobody taking me seriously yet, or, you know, arrests being made, and it's because many of these individuals who would be making the arrests are involved in the crimes too, or it's their best bud and they're not going to tell on their best bud either. So yeah, we'll see where this all goes. I just wanted to talk numbers here, and the amount of time lost, the amount of money lost. There's been a lot of time lost as well. I did spend 5 years just completely lost once I was injured with the carbon monoxide. It was about 5 solid years, and then there's an additional like year to 2 down the line as well, in there as well, due to the ongoing effects and the condition. And I did lose the first year of my oldest son's life as well, due to a brain swelling episode at 2 months of age. So I've lost like almost 10 years of my life, legitimately, from the time I was 18 to 41. So hopefully there's not too much more loss, because I don't really think I can take much more loss. I don't think I can accommodate much more loss. That's another reason for the urgency of the videos to become released, and the situation to become known, you know, publicly, and to as many people as possible as soon as possible. I'll be back with another one. Thanks. Bye.